Hey everybody, so today we've got two 1980s performance car icons, the air-cooled Porsche 911 and the Chevrolet Corvette, the C4 generation. And in this video, we're gonna find out which one is a better performer, and more importantly, should you spend about 50 grand on a 911 or just 10,000 on a C4 Corvette? Let's get right to it.
To find out which of these two 1980s icons is the best performer, we're going to do our typical TFL Classics performance tests. That is a quarter-mile drag race from a stop, a roll race, and a braking test.
All right, my dude, so tell me about that Corvette. What year is it? What are we looking at?
This is a 1988 C4 Corvette. And I mean, this would have been competing with that 911 in a lot of ways.
Well, you say that, but how much was that car when it was new?
Yeah, so one of the big differences is that this was about a $30,000 car new.
And this was a $45,000 car. That's 50% more expensive. And to put that in perspective, adjusted for inflation, Case's Corvette right around 80 grand. This 911 over $115,000.
Yeah, there's also a big difference in what lies, well, under the hood of my car and what's in, I guess, the trunk of yours.
Yeah, so I am running in this 1987 Carrera 3.2, a 3.2 liter flat six made into a G50 5-speed manual transmission, and it was rated at 217 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque.
Now, I have obviously a 5.7 liter V8, that's what you get in a Corvette, 245 horsepower, so not that much more horsepower, but 340 pound-feet of torque, so a lot more torque, almost double, and I have a 4-speed manual with overdrive.
One less gear and several hundred pounds heavier too, because this 911 came in at right around 2,900 pounds.
Yeah, I still feel confident in my torque.
All right, let's see what that Corvette sounds like.
Yeah, that thing sounds a lot better than this.
Although I actually like the sound of a flat six. It's a very particular noise, but not a bad one.
Yeah, let's hear it. You know, a little clattery, but especially at the higher RPMs, it sounds really good.
So it's finally time to sell our Porsche 944 Turbo, and we're doing it over at TFLbiz.com. We recently sold someone's super clean Dakota, and this week is this fantastic 2.5 liter turbocharged 944 Turbo in really nice shape. We've had it for some time now. We've had a lot of fun with it, but now time to pass it on to one of you. Check it out over at TFLbiz.com. All right, so we are facing a 4,000-foot airstrip in front of us. We've got our GPS performance timers ready to go, set to a quarter mile. You should be nervous about this because it's quite cold out there, and sticking all 340 pound-feet down might be a little tricky for you.
Yeah, that's true. An engine cantilevered over your back tires is definitely going to help you on the launch. But we've got a long runway here, so we'll see how it goes.
First gear in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, good launch in the 911. Really good launch. Just a little bit of wheel spin.
A lot of wheel spin. Still wheel spin. Still wheel spin. Ah! Come on. Cannot lose to a 6-cylinder.
Come on, Porsche. Oh, no. Oh, no. He crossed the line in front of me. Oh, there we go.
Okay, wow, really bad, appalling quarter-mile time, over 17 seconds. Is by far the worst time I've ever run in this car at 89 miles per hour.
I ran a 17.46 at 84. You want to give it one more go, see if we can redeem ourselves a little?
Sure, maybe that put a little temp in the tires, we'll see. The noise it makes when you spin the tires in this car, it's like, it's biblical. It's gonna shake the whole car apart.
That's kind of a goofy sounding horn, isn't it?
Must be an 80s thing, because mine kind of sounds goofy too.
Yeah, not great. All right, so we're gonna do the quarter mile again. Let's see if I can get even more performance out of this 3.2 Carrera. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, bogged it. That's okay though. Still a pretty good launch compared to the Corvette. Oh, he got a better launch though. There he goes.
Oh, it's much better.
But hard to the floor of the 911 and across the line there. How did you do?
I improved my time by over half a second, 16.47.
I did a 17.31, actually. I think that's better than the last one. Yeah, that was actually kind of surprising.
So, Case, my best time, 17:31. You're in the 16.
So we have proven definitively, at least in the drag race, the Corvette is a higher performance machine. But let's go and try these on a rolling test, a rolling race, and see how those compare. All right, Case, now for everyone out there saying, oh, you don't know how to drive, what's important and worth noting is that we are over a mile above sea level here. Both of these are NA engines, so they really suffer. Of course, the surface is also not a prep surface, so that will have an impact as well.
Luckily, in a rolling race, the non-prep surface won't factor, so let's see how these two cars compare.
Now, I will say, from a design standpoint, I think they are both gorgeous cars in their own right. From an interior standpoint, the 911 is much better made. All the bits and bobs fit better, but the design on that C4 interior is unbeatable.
Yeah, there's plenty of bad things that you can say about the interior of my car, but I actually like it a lot. I think it's an interesting looking interior, and it's certainly very 80s.
All right, so rolling race, we'll start at 30 miles an hour. I'll go 3, 2, 1, go. Whoever crosses the line first wins the race. Pretty simple. All right, Case, here we go. Let's start moving. Okay. In the second gear, probably. Okay, there's 30. All right, Case, in 3, 2, 1, go. I jumped the line a little bit. 4,000 RPM, 5. Oh, he's got that torque. But there's the power. That's where the power hits in the 911.
Oh, easily. Even so, even him having a little bit of speed built up already when we start going, the torque in this car, it just throws that 911 down the road immediately. Takes nothing.
Impressive, my dude. Yeah, definitely screamed across that line first. I think it's pretty unreal that, you know, even back in the 80s, that car was 50% cheaper than this 911, significantly quicker. I mean, you would really need a turbo out here to compete.
Yeah, which would make a huge difference too at altitude, but it's just hard to match the torque of this car. There's so much of it.
That being said, if anyone in Colorado has a air-cooled turbo they want to race the C4 Corvette and hit us up, info at TFL Car, we can have a fun race. So Case, talk me through the braking test.
What we're gonna do is speed up to 60 miles per hour, and as soon as we both cross the line drawn across the track by both cones, we are going to slam on our brakes and see who stops the quickest.
And I don't have ABS, so this is going to be exciting for me. I'm going to have to kind of threshold brake for the best possible stop. All right, let's see what happens. And accelerating away up to 60 miles an hour. We're going to match front ends here in a second. There's 40, 50, 60 miles an hour there. We're all even up. That's about as even as we can get. Yeah, right about there. Here comes the cone, here comes the cone. And hard on the anchors. Almost spun out there because I locked them up just momentarily, but I was able to release and get a pretty good stop overall. Yeah, pretty crazy that this 911 doesn't have ABS brakes.
Oh, look at that. I beat him convincingly, although I'm not sure that's the best braking test I've ever done. I feel like it could have stopped harder. That's okay. Still won. Didn't feel like my best brake test I've ever done.
113 feet.
Oh yeah, I've definitely done better.
Still though, 113 feet.
It's not bad.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good. Let's see how the Porsche did though. Holy moly, so that was 142 feet. 142.
143 actually. So,
Look, you could get this car to stop quicker if you practiced enough, but the great thing about ABS, you just hit the brake as hard as you can, and it will slow down as fast as possible.
That's shocking. That's not great.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll get roasted about it in the comment section anyway, so let's close this video up, see who wins. Well, Case, I have to say, your Corvette definitely took the Porsche across every performance test.
Yeah, it actually did pretty well, which is cool because 911 versus Corvette has been a classic head-to-head ever since they were new.
Now, of course, $50,000 for the Porsche, $10K for the Corvette, so you get a lot more money and a lot more performance, apples to apples, when you look at the Corvette. Now, a fun follow-up would be if any of you guys out there have a 911 Turbo that you want to challenge Case in, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be huge, especially up here at altitude. And I will say, for the 911, a lot more expensive, but it is also a much better made car.
Oh, 100%. Well, guys, let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching.